You know, you can't live without water. In an emergency, it's going to be the first thing on your mind. Do I have enough water? In a future episode of the 521 Preparedness Plan, we'll look at water purification. But for right now, 1 to 2 weeks of water storage in your home should be sufficient to get you through most emergencies, so you don't even have to worry about purifying water during an immediate crisis.
So how much water are you going to need? Well, FEMA recommends 1 gallon per person per day for drinking, cooking, and sanitation. And that sounds about right to me based upon our water usage during camping trips. So for our family of 4, for 1 week, that'd be about 28 gallons, or you could round it up to 30 if you want. So what's it going to take to get 30 gallons of water?
Okay, here we are at Walmart. Let's go in and see.
5 gallons of water storage for a little over $5. You try and find a food grade 5-gallon water container, and you're gonna pay, I don't know, 15, 20, 25 bucks, something like that. So this is a really inexpensive way to do water storage. So it'd take about 6 flats for our family of 4 to have a 1-week supply. And that would cost only about 32 bucks or so if you got it at Walmart, like we were just looking at. And then you'd have a 1-week supply of water with relatively almost indefinite shelf life. Now, the one drawback is that you wouldn't have containers that are easily refillable. If you ended up needing to go to a water source and refill the containers and bring them back home, this wouldn't be ideal for that. So in that kind of a scenario, it might not hurt to have 1 or 2 5-gallon containers that are food grade, ready for water storage.
For a more advanced option, you can get a food grade 55-gallon barrel or drum to store water in. Sometimes you can find these used, like for example this one. I believe it used to have like fruit juice concentrate in it for large companies, but you can buy them new also. So you'll want to find something that's food grade, rain barrel or water storage container, and then be sure that you store these in a cool place that's out of the sun, because then that will discourage growth and things in the water that you don't want. Also be sure that you disinfect the container really well before you store your water in it. And then you'll want to rotate that water through the barrel, like I think once every 6 months or so.
And the ultimate, if you have property, would be to have an underground cistern like this buried, where you have a large amount of water capacity and it stays cool and it cuts off sunlight, where the potential for growth is greatly diminished in there. And that's an awesome route to go. But even if you do something like this, if you're not using the water as part of your regular water system where it's constantly getting rotated, then you would want to manually rotate it every now and then by, emptying it out and putting fresh water in, or treating it, something along those lines. If your emergency lasts longer than your water supplies do, then you're going to need to be able to purify water, and we'll be getting into that in a future day of this 521 Preparedness Plan. But for now, I want you to just stay focused on getting your 1 to 2 weeks of water supply for your family stashed away in your home. And also don't forget about the resources page that we have for this 521 Preparedness Plan, where it's got links to everything and any additional details that we wanted to share or anything like that. And each day as we go by, we'll be posting more and more on that resources page, so it's going to get even more and more valuable. And you can get access to it by visiting thereadylife.com/521, or you can click on the link in the description. And we'll see you tomorrow on the 521 Preparedness Plan.